back here.
Alright, man. Get the hell out of here.
Oh, shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'll see you back here in a little bit.
Go.
You're okay, too. Nothing's wrong. You're on video, too. I don't know.
Go.
I'm supposed to on YouTube and stuff.
All right, we are back. This is part 5 of the 2004 Toyota Sienna head gasket replacement. I decided to take a day off after part 4 to, well, I didn't want to rush anything, that's for one. And 2, because I wanted to look a little further into the whole timing situation, because I did not want to mess it up. But that one day turned into 2 days, those 2 days turned into a week, the week turned into 2 months, so on and so forth. But we are here now, and we're gonna tackle this thing, because as you can see, I need the space in the garage, so this thing has to go. Also, this time I have the GoPro head mount, so your point of view is going to be a little bit higher, and I'll do my best to make sure that you see everything that I'm doing. All right, I have the car on jack stands now, and so now I'll take off the crank bolt to remove this plate right here. And with this plate, you gotta make sure you put it back as it was. It's kind of a concave. There's a little ridge going up this way, so just make sure you put it back how you got it. And if you can't really tell by the ridge, just look in the back, and there are like marks. The teeth of the sprocket right here is on the back, so it goes like that. So take this off, put it away, and then you're gonna need to put the bolt back on. Finally. Okay, so now in order to set the timing, you will need to turn this bolt clockwise. Do not turn it counterclockwise, and keep turning it until you line up. There's a dot on the sprocket, on the back of the sprocket. You'll see it once you turn, and then you'll line it up with that notch back there, right there. And once you do that, it will line up the camshaft sprocket. You can't really see it because sit down and just holding the camera up. Then this notch will have to line up. This dot will have to line up with this notch right here. But keep in mind, the crankshaft pulley sprocket turns twice as fast as this one does. So in order to get this full rotation, which you don't need to, but just letting you know that in order to get this sprocket to do a full rotation, the crank pulley has to go twice. The crank sprocket has to turn twice. Okay, so now we're back here. Just doing a little quick walkthrough before I do anything. So gonna set the timing. Then you gotta take this off. It's a 10mm nut. And then I believe you take the bolt back out, take the belt out without moving anything. Then we'll come over here to the tensioner. There's the tensioner right there. Sorry, I'm a little delayed. I'm watching it on the phone while I'm recording. But okay, so you take this bolt right here, take that off. I think it's a 12mm. Damn. Yeah, that one right there. Then you move the power steering pump up to get to this one, have full access from here. And then remove this one, this comes out, and then that'll loosen the belt and you take it off. Yeah, so you take the so what I said earlier about taking off the belt after this, forget that. You got to take the tensioner off first before you're able to take the belt off. So here's the notch, I believe, that needs to go all the way around and match with this notch right there. So I'll have the GoPro set up right here on the bottom. Let's see. I got two extensions and a ratchet. I'm gonna put that here. Can't really see much, can you? There. And I'm gonna poke my head up towards the top. So the volume is not going to be great, but basically I'm just going to turn it and I'm going to watch the top, the camshaft notches match. I come back over here and hopefully it matches on the bottom. I'm probably doing it backwards, but I'm doing it. I think that's it right there. Did that match up here? Oh, there's a maybe just a tiny bit more. So this up here is also, well, I gotta take the camera off the little arm so I can bring it down there better. So this is what I'm using, and it's a pain sometimes because you can't maneuver it to small places. But basically, here's a line on the belt, which I completely erased, and the notch is down here. It needs to line up with this right here. So, and these right there, the back one, see the line is already up there, but I can't really see down there. So before I move anything, after setting the timing, before I proceed to remove the tensioner or anything else, I will have to double and triple check, actually, make sure everything is lined up. Because I don't know if I mentioned before, this is my first time doing this, and I would hate to mess it up. More than likely I will mess up here and there, but trying not to make it a huge mistake. So I can't really see down here. Actually, hold on. With my phone I can. Let's see. Where's the notch? Is it lined up well? Just a tiny bit more. Yeah. I got the phone connected to the camera, and that's how I'm seeing it. I'm gonna have to go really slow because I just need just a bit. About too much. Freak. Well, you can't go backwards, you can't go counterclockwise, so you're gonna have to go all the way around. That's one rotation. That might have done it. That might have been a little bit too far. We'll see. Yeah, it's a little too far. Just a bit too far. Okay, I got it now. I kept on passing it for the second time around. What I did is I was going towards that mark, the blue mark that was up there already. It's a little bit off though. So what I did, I grabbed my paint marker and put a mark right on the notch up here. It's the yellow notch, just a little bit of paint. And as you can see, the notch that I made, the paint that I put on goes exactly with the notch that is on the crank pulley or crank sprocket. Now if we check the top, there, perfect. And I'm just gonna have to assume that that one is also lined up. There's a mark, it's pointing up. I will double check though. I'm not gonna leave it to chance. I will triple check, quadruple check, make sure everything is lined up. All right, now we have this 10mm nut right here, bolt, sorry. Take that off, take this off. Yeah, because supposedly if you leave this on there, you can't take the belt off or something. Something like that. Alright, so I'm on top of the car and you guys are where the wheel is supposed to be. I'm going to try to do it from up here. See, I'm going to have to remove this bolt right here. And then lift the power steering pump upwards to get full access to this bolt right here. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do it from up here. If not, then I'll go down there and do it. It's a 12mm bolt. Just be careful, just in case there are washers that might come off too. Can we do it by hand? No, we cannot. Maybe by socket alone. Yeah, it's loose enough. There's a bolt. Put that aside. Now, the power steering pump, you can get a pry bar and where is this? I can't see where I'm going. Rest it right here, and then pry this up. It's a little bit stiff, but I can move it by hand. Show you that it's doable this way. There. So now, come back to this down here. Is this a bigger bolt? No. And supposedly on the back of this, what's it called? On the back of this belt tensioner, there's a washer that'll fall off if you're not paying attention. My neighbor's coming, so I'm gonna have to cut.
Good afternoon, sir.
What's up?
Working on Toyota?
How can I help you?
Yes, sir. Toyota's not supposed to have problems, though. What's wrong with it?
Whatever you're selling, I'm not interested in.
Here. So you forgot the air conditioner. I reckon should you get like an older one. It's the reason
I'm not interested. Thanks.
I get you, man. I know you guys all that post. I'll come back in a
Hey,
little
man, get the hell out of here.
Oh, shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'll see you back here in a little bit.
Go.
You're okay, too. Nothing's wrong. You're on video, too. I don't know if you
Go.
I'm just posting on YouTube and stuff. I'll see you back there.
That was some rude door-to-door salesman. Like I saw him on my Ring camera. He go to my door and he read the sign, no soliciting, and then he leaves. Then he sees me over here in the garage and he comes to me, and I was like, whatever you're selling, man, I'm not interested. And then he said, all right, I got you. And then he continues on his sales pitch, talking about air conditioning or whatnot. And I just, I couldn't handle it. I just had to shoo him off. Like, how the hell can you be so rude coming up to somebody, even after they tell you they're not interested, you just keep on talking. I'm not interested in making small talks. Here's a bolt. And there's a washer back here, supposedly, that I can't find. Maybe not. But this is the tensioner, the belt tensioner, right here. So this goes on the bottom. So that's untensioned. The belt is loose. All right, now we take the belt off carefully from around the tensioner pulley. Well, I guess we can try to remove it from the crank sprocket first, just a little bit, without moving anything. I tried to take the bolt off again of the crank, but it moved the sprocket to the left. So I stopped immediately and moved it back. I'm leaving the bolt on for now. I'll have to figure something out later if I need to take it out. So take it slow and easy. Let me put some gloves on. All right. So it's off the tensioner pulley. Now we go to the rear cam sprocket. You know what? I want to mark this. I'm replacing the belt, but I want to mark it just in case. There. from under the idler pulley, the new cam, the front cam, the water pump, and last but not least, the crank. Make sure nothing is hooked anywhere, so when you pull in, it doesn't turn anything on you. Alright, here we go. And here is the timing belt. It's not in bad shape. I don't think I needed to replace it, but since I'm doing all this anyway, might as well. Plus, as it shows right here, timing belt replacement maintenance, last replaced, date replaced 4/26/2010. What? No way. April 26, 2010. Am I tripping? That's 15 years ago. Wow. Looks in really good shape for 15 years old. Huh, interesting. Next, I'll remove the tensioner pulley. This right here. The bolt is a 10mm hex or Allen wrench, Allen key. This one. I've already loosened it by hand. This is just to make it faster. Oh yeah, and earlier I was talking about the tensioner itself having a washer in the back that'll fall. Actually, I think it's this one. Yeah. See? This washer right here. Don't lose that. So next, we'll go back up to the idler pulley. Right here. So this one is actually a 14mm, not like the bottom one, which was an Allen wrench. I don't know why you do that. You know? Be careful if there's anything you might drop. There it is. Now, if you're wondering why I'm taking this off, is because you see this water pump is behind this plate, this backing plate right here. So this backing plate has to come off. I'm gonna do that regardless because I'm removing the sprocket, the cam sprockets. So it needs to come off. So once I take these off, we're gonna have some, looks like 12mm bolts. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Okay, before I move the sprockets, I'm actually gonna leave that for now. And I'm gonna come back up here and remove the intake and this here and the covers and everything. Just because I feel like I want to see the cams before I move this, just in case it moves while I'm turning them. But when you line up, line up the timing, when you set the timing, you can see right here also. Let me get something to point with. You can see, can you see? Right here, there are 2 dots. They line up with one another. One on this cam, one on this cam. That's when you know the timing is set. And if that's not enough, right here, there are 2 dots on this side that lines up with this edge. And same over here, 2 dots right here that line up with this edge. So that's when the timing is set. Okay, and here we got 10mm bolts. One here, one here, one here, one here. 10mm nut, socket. Start with this one. This one. I'm gonna break that glass. Oh, there's bolts right here. That looks like a 12. Okay, remove the injectors bracket and the injectors. Oh, it's leaking gasoline. Great. Just put it aside. Now these do come off. 2, 3, 4. So now you got 1, 2, 3. Oh shit, you can't see nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 9 here somewhere. That one is. I think I've loosened these already, just for the sake of the video. So we'll just go through them real quick. And these are 12. This is also 12. Yeah. And like I mentioned before, like when it comes to taking off bolts over here, you have to detorque them, and I did detorque these. I don't know the exact sequence, but what I did is I took these two, loosened these two, this one, that one, then I went to this side, two, then two here, two there, two there, to the middle, and so on and so forth. Let's see. Hold on. This will have to come off eventually. Okay, let's go ahead and start taking these off. We'll need another swivel. Fantastic. Good thing is didn't go in the coolant. Now, be careful when you take them off. Make sure you know which one goes where. This is just a nut and washer. Goes here. Oh, see, there's size difference. What about you? Okay. What about you? Okay. You? Short. Long. So short, long, 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 long. So so far, the ones on the inside to the manifold are the longer bolts. The ones that are outside, like this one, short, 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 short. Did I get everything? All right, turns out there's one more that I missed. Also a 12mm nut with washer. And a washer underneath. Wow. That's why you gotta be careful. So is there a washer? Yep, there's a washer here too. I missed that one completely. I would have lost it. So now I have to double check everything. Okay. That's good. So that one, with this one, with this one. Will it come out now? Yeah, it will. I think. Yeah. And here's your manifold, or intake manifold. Look at that, I need some cleaning. So now what I'll do, we said the short ones on the outside, on the outer, right? I'll have to look back on the tape because I forgot whether it was this one or this one. I don't know. Oh, not this one. That's the one I just took that out from. So this goes here. Yeah. This where that was. Yep. What was this? Dog, I don't know. We'll go with this for now. I'm gonna go ahead and put these back where I got them because I can't leave them here. So I'll just put them here so I don't lose them, and I'll move them if I needed to. Also, I'm gonna have to get the shop vac, clean this up before it goes in there. And here. And then probably plug these up would be best. For now, let's take this with the bolts on in it, so be careful. You gotta be careful. And oh shit, watch your head. Put it with the rest of the parts. Find a spot for it. And I don't think I'm gonna need to do anything here anymore for the time being. What just dropped? Okay, I see it. Yeah, so for now, all I need is from up here, all I need to do is remove this, that from here, and that. So I'm not gonna need anything from here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the wheel back on, put the car down so it's not so high, and it's easier for me to access it. Access to the back. Oh, watch your head. To reach back there, you know, and work back here would be a lot easier. Also, since I'm doing this, I'm going to be replacing the knock sensors, which are down here under this hose. If you're doing all this, might as well just go ahead and change them, whether you need to or not, if they're pretty old, because you've seen how much work it takes just to get to this area right here. So now I'm gonna vacuum. We got another connection right here. Take that off. I got these, I don't have any shop towels, so this will have to do. I'll just put them in here. All right, cool. Now, let's take this baby off. Sorry if it's too dark, but the sun is making the shadow areas very, very dark. So this is loose. I'll bring it up here. I'll try to wiggle the hose. Oh, cool, it's loose. Comes off just like that. Perfect. There's a washer, and there's also another washer right there. So put that here for now. And washer. Do we have anything else? Oh, shoot. That is loose. There you go. Here are the knock sensors. Sorry about the angles, guys. Come on. That's one. And that's two. Put them aside. Okay, got everything down here. That's next. Then I believe the cam sprockets are next, and then we take everything else off and get to the heads. But with that, I think this is actually a good place to stop right here, because for one, I don't want it to be a long video. That way, like, it doesn't take too long for me when I get back to watching the videos, and when I put things back together. Shorter videos are easier to look through, for me at least. So, plus I don't want to make a too long video. Keep it interesting for whoever's watching. I appreciate you if you are watching. You're right there. I appreciate you. Oh, we're right there. I appreciate you. But yes, we'll leave it here, and in the next video, God willing, we will start by taking the sprockets off, and take this off, and everything else underneath, and then we'll take the heads off. Sounds good to me. So thank you if you've made it this far. I appreciate you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. That's it for this one. Catch you at part 6.